You might be sabotaging your mental health without even realizing it. Have you ever heard that anxiety and depression can only be treated with medication? What if I told you that your diet could be one of the keys to transforming your emotional well-being? Imagine waking up every morning feeling tired, unmotivated, and anxious. Now, what if small changes to your diet could alleviate these symptoms and even help in the treatment of anxiety and depression? Stay with me until the end, because today I will reveal easy-to-find foods from anywhere in the world that can help you better manage anxiety and depression naturally and effectively. And pay close attention. At the end, I will also talk about the biggest villains of your mental health that might be hiding in your daily life. What does science say about diet and mental health? Have you ever stopped to think that every meal you eat could be directly influencing the way you feel? Science has already proven that nutrition affects not just our bodies, but also our minds. Our brain depends on neurotransmitters to regulate our emotions, and two of the most important ones are serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin, known as the happiness hormone, is directly linked to feelings of well-being and calmness. Dopamine, on the other hand, is essential for maintaining motivation, focus, and pleasure in daily life. And here's the problem. If your diet does not provide the necessary nutrients for the production of these substances, your mental health can be severely affected. Studies show that people with nutritional deficiencies, especially in omega-3, magnesium, iron, zinc, vitamin D, and tryptophan, have a higher risk of developing mood disorders. On the other hand, incorporating the right foods into your daily routine can act as a natural antidepressant, helping stabilize mood, reduce stress, and strengthen your mind against daily challenges. Now let's get straight to the point. Which foods can transform your mental health? Foods that combat anxiety and depression. To make it easier, I've categorized the foods so you can choose the best ones to include in your routine. Sources of healthy fats, essential for the brain. Omega-3 rich fish. Salmon, sardines, and tuna are rich in omega-3, an essential fat for the brain. Studies show that people with low omega-3 levels are more likely to develop depression. Omega-3 reduces inflammation in the brain and improves communication between neurons. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, Brazil nuts, and walnuts are sources of magnesium and selenium, minerals that help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Just one Brazil nut a day provides the ideal amount of selenium for the body. Foods rich in tryptophan, fundamental for serotonin. Bananas. Bananas contain tryptophan, an amino acid that the brain uses to produce serotonin. Additionally, they are rich in vitamin B6 and magnesium, which help relax the nervous system. Oats. Oats are rich in complex carbohydrates, which help maintain stable blood sugar levels. This prevents insulin spikes that can cause irritability and mental fatigue. Probiotics for the gut, your second brain. Natural yogurt and kefir. The gut is known as the second brain, and consuming probiotics improves gut microbiota, directly impacting mental health. Fermented foods, such as natural yogurt and kefir, increase good bacteria in the gut, reducing inflammation and improving mood. Calming beverages. Chamomile tea and green tea. Chamomile tea has relaxing properties that help calm the mind. Green tea, on the other hand, contains L-theanine, an amino acid that reduces stress and improves concentration without causing excessive drowsiness. What to avoid? The biggest villains for your mental health. Now that you know which foods can be your allies in the fight against anxiety and depression, it's essential to identify the true saboteurs of your mental well-being. Many of these foods are part of your daily routine, and you may be consuming them without even realizing the negative impact they have on your body and mind. Refined sugars, the silent enemy of your mind. Who hasn't felt that uncontrollable urge to eat something sweet when stressed or sad? The problem is that this momentary pleasure comes at a high cost to your brain. Refined sugar causes a rebound effect. Initially, it rapidly increases blood glucose levels, providing an energy spike and a sense of well-being. But soon after, this same sugar crashes your glucose levels, leaving you tired, irritable, and anxious. And it doesn't stop there. Excessive consumption of refined sugar can also inflame the brain, impairing the production of serotonin, the neurotransmitter responsible for mood and happiness. Studies indicate that diets high in sugar are directly linked to high rates of depression and anxiety. In other words, that sweet treat may seem harmless, but in the long run, it could be undermining your mental health without you even realizing it. Alcoholic beverages, an enemy disguised as an ally. Many people turn to alcohol as an escape valve to relax, socialize, or relieve daily stress. But what few know is that alcohol directly interferes with the brain's chemical balance, reducing the production of serotonin and dopamine, essential substances for mood regulation. The result? In the short term, there may be a temporary sense of relaxation, but over time, frequent alcohol consumption intensifies symptoms of anxiety and depression. Additionally, alcohol affects sleep cycles, making it harder to get deep, restorative rest, something essential for maintaining a balanced mind. If you suffer from anxiety, alcohol could be a major villain in your routine without you even realizing it. Excess caffeine, a stimulant that can turn into a nightmare. Caffeine can be a great ally when consumed in moderation, but excessive intake can have serious side effects for those struggling with anxiety. It stimulates the central nervous system, increasing cortisol levels, the stress hormone. The result? A constant state of alertness, heart palpitations, insomnia, and even anxiety attacks. If you feel that coffee, energy drinks, or stimulant teas make you more restless, anxious, or disrupt your sleep, it might be time to cut back or opt for decaffeinated versions. Ultra-processed foods, poison for your brain. Ultra-processed foods such as fast food, snacks, processed meats, sodas, and industrialized frozen meals are loaded with preservatives, artificial colorings, and flavor enhancers like monosodium glutamate, which directly affect brain function. These foods not only increase the risk of brain inflammation, but can also harm gut microbiota, which, as we've seen before, has a direct impact on neurotransmitter production responsible for mood. Studies indicate that diets rich in ultra-processed foods are associated with a much higher risk of developing depression. In other words, the more you consume these foods, the greater the chance of experiencing mental fatigue, lack of motivation, and mood swings. Now that you know which foods to avoid, how about making small changes in your diet to strengthen your mind and improve your quality of life? Small adjustments can have a huge impact on your emotional well-being. And now, tell me in the comments, which of these villains is the hardest for you to avoid? Let's share experiences and work together towards a more balanced diet for both mind and body. Taking care of your diet isn't just about keeping your body healthy, but also about maintaining a strong and balanced mind. Small changes in your habits can make a huge difference in your emotional well-being. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these foods do you consume daily? Which one do you plan to remove from your routine starting today? Leave your comment below and share this video with someone who needs to hear this information. If this content was helpful to you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to receive more content like this. See you in the next video.